Cedar Springs, Michigan. Not a place I've ever heard of, but definitely a incredibly sad story because this did not have to happen at all to lose this baby that you guys see on my screen right here. But let me give you the details and I'll tell you about these two individuals that you guys see on my screen, especially the baby. Y'all give me a second. Let me give you a disclaimer that I may or may not use some language that might not be acceptable to some audiences. So viewer discretion is advised. This is intended for mature audiences only. What's up, Yolanda? How you doing? And let me give you the disclaimer. Mommy of three, let's get it.
Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, new website articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer.
And I'm getting this article from wwmt.com. So thank you for the article. So, Cedar Springs, Michigan, a 27-year-old mother. And let me show you guys the mother on the screen. Let me get her a big, nice picture up here. So, the person that you guys see, and I know that y'all thought that that was a young boy with his father. No. That person on the right-hand side of the screen, that is a 27-year-old mother. In this non-gender neutral, him, hey, thee, they society. 27-year-old mother allegedly charged with first-degree child abuse and felony murder after she suffocated her 2-year-old daughter. Okay? The case has raised new questions about repeated hospitalizations and previously unexplained breathing episodes for the toddler. On September the 3rd, first responders found 2-year-old Riley Whitehead. That's the name of the baby, and these are some of the documents there. There was a GoFundMe put up. That GoFundMe has been taken down. Okay. 2-year-old Riley Whitehead, unresponsive at a home on South Allen Street in Cedar Springs. She was pronounced dead at the scene, according to Kent County Sheriff's Office. Initially, the child's death was ruled indeterminate, so they couldn't figure it out, meaning no definitive cause of death was identified by Kent County medical examiner. However, the examiner said an asphyxia cause or smothering or suffocation could not be excluded. After an investigation by a sheriff's office and Michigan Child Protective Services, the toddler's mother, Irene Whitehead, was arrested on November the 25th. So this was only a week or two ago. She now faces first-degree child abuse and felony murder, both potentially punishable by life in prison. We get a hashtag, AFC hashtag babies for benefits. They don't love these kids. They only have these kids to take benefits from them and misuse, and abuse them. That's what we call hashtag babies for benefits. Her original $5 million bond was revoked, and she remains jailed at the Kent County Correctional Facility. Investigators say that they uncovered disturbing evidence during the months-long probe. Among the evidence is the following, so check this out. A video of Irene Whitehead's Apple account dated from August 25th of this year, or 2025, 9 days before the child's death, captures an older sibling of Riley saying, "You never wanted me to kill," excuse me, let me read this again. 9 days before the child's death, captures an older sibling of Riley saying, and I quote, "You never even wanted me to just kill me already. You never even wanted me, just kill me already." Prosecutors say that the child's voice belongs to the older Whitehead child. A Google search on Irene's phone or Irene's account logged September 8th, 5 days after Riley's death, asked, How hard is it to prove if cause of death is suffocation by a bag in toddler? Investigators referenced this in their affidavit for probable cause. During a custodial interview on November the 25th, after being advised of her Miranda rights, Irene reportedly admitted to placing a bag over Riley's mouth for a couple of minutes and eventually said, I quote, I killed her. I killed her. According to the affidavit, when detectives pressed her repeatedly about her intentions, she responded that she wanted the child to die. So that's apparently her words. In one exchange, she nodded when asked whether she intended to kill her daughter. In addition, investigators say Whitehead acknowledged that Riley had been rushed to the hospital several times over the past year, admitting those hospital visits were because she had suffocated the child before and staged the breathing issues to look like an illness. That should be right there. That shit right there should get her premeditated murder, first-degree murder. That's planned to make it look like an illness. Whitehead insisted the first hospitalization was real, but after that, she said the child was healthy. She also allegedly told detectives the stress of parenting and hearing the child cry constantly became unbearable. Again, that is why it is not meant for us to be single parents. I've said that. She said she thought about killing her children with a gun or a rope, but ultimately suffocated Riley with a bag. Now, following the confession and review of hospital records, the medical examiner updated the earlier indeterminate ruling to reflect homicide. Authorities asked anybody with information about the case to contact the Kent County Sheriff's Office investigative unit at 616-632-6125. So let me give you guys the fair usage and let's take a look. I only got a couple of news videos.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Yeah, would do me a favor and please hit that thumbs up and share this video. The more we can get these videos out there, we can share them a lot faster. So even if you got a favorite true crime group, send the video and post it in there. Here we go. Let's get it.
All right. So in this case, you are charged with 2 counts. Count 1 is homicide, felony murder. That alleges that you did while in the perpetration or attempted perpetration of child abuse in the first degree, murder one Riley LaVon Hurley Whitehead. Maximum penalty for that is life without parole. And in count 2, you are charged with child abuse in the first degree. It alleges that you did knowingly or intentionally cause serious physical harm to a child. That also is punishable by up to life or any term of years. You're presumed innocent, and I understand you may not agree with these charges, but do you understand what you've been charged with and the maximum penalties? All right, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Have you had an opportunity to discuss your rights with Mr. Zambon? Okay, do you have any question about your rights? No. And did you give Mr. Zambon permission to sign the advice of rights form on your behalf and send it over to our court? Yes, all right, one of those rights that you have is the right to be represented by an attorney. And if you cannot afford to hire your own attorney, one can be appointed at no cost to you. Are you in a financial position to hire your own attorney at this time? Would you like me to ask that one be appointed? All right, I will do that. Fill out the paperwork for that. Your case is going to be pending with Judge Jeffrey O'Hara. You've got 2 court dates coming up. Your first court date is a probable cause conference on December 10th. That'll be at 8:30 in the morning. And then the following Wednesday, December 17th, is your preliminary examination, and that is scheduled at 9:30 in the morning. An attorney should be in touch with you well before both of those court dates. Mr. Zambon, would you like to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, please report. I did discuss this matter with Irene this morning, and I reviewed the two-trial release report prepared by Court Services, which states that Ms. Whitehead is not eligible for bond based on the offense. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that, but I would like to point out to the court that she's 27 years old, been in the Grand Rapids, Kent County area for the last 7 years. Otherwise, she's from Ionia. So her ties to the community are strong. She's been at the same address for about 4 months, living there with her boyfriend. She was employed at Arby's.
In the probable cause affidavit, proof of guilt is evident and presumption is great in this matter. And so I think that this is an appropriate case to deny bond. So Ms. Whitehead, you will remain in the Kent County Jail pending those hearings, and your attorney can opt to revisit the issue of bond, bail, release. I understand you have no criminal history, but obviously the allegations are horrific.
Okay, I forgot. This is the part where I gotta mute the audio. Let me see if I can make this a little more easier to see. So I'm gonna just play this video and then we'll wrap. So they're basically just playing some music. Maybe I could play it kind of low. If you ask me, from looking at that, it seems like that baby was abused pretty much the whole time. All that baby knows in life is abuse, and that's just really sad, man. So nothing short of a life sentence will be the only thing that's sufficient for a punishment to the baby. R.I.P. But thank you guys so much for listening to this story. Make sure you share it so this can go viral so more people can hear it. Make sure you share these baby stories. They deserve to be heard, okay? Thank you.